Another big name player is going about and could cost himself a chance of playing Origin. Ryan Papenhuyzen, expected to play this week, contracts COVID. He's out for a period of time. Misses this game, which is big for Melbourne, but also for the Blues.
It's a huge blow for Freddie and Brandy because I think we were looking for some X factor off the bench that wasn't there in game one of the series, and they'd earmarked him to get through this game and whack him into the squad for Perth. And you look at his form, I think while he was playing those first 8 rounds, he was probably the best player in the comp.
He was leading the Dally M bus.
Yeah.
So he was, yeah.
He was just
Will
on
he definitely
fire.
not be picked?
You can't pick him on.
You can't.
Well, he doesn't come out of quarantine until next Tuesday, and I think the team leaves Monday, right, for Perth. So
and it's a shortened week. And because obviously the COVID restrictions in WA.
I feel sorry for him. I mean, how unfortunate has he been around Origin time the past 2 years, Ryan Papenhuyzen?
He deserves it.
He does. He's been unbelievable.
It's a shame. He was the best player in the comp, as we said just then, to start the season. Now, without him being in that number 14 jersey, there's going to be a number of changes, I believe. Who is most likely to get the 14?
Well, there's talk that Stephen Crichton might go into the starting lineup, and so we will be looking for a new 14. I think it's a 2-horse race. Nico Hines v Matt Burton, who had that sensational game against Parramatta. I texted Freddie today. He's on a day off. He came back to me, though, with a text. What are you laughing at, Kenny?
He's on a day off?
Yes, he's on a day off. We all get a day off.
He'd be gardening, Freddie, no doubt.
Coaches 3 games a year and the next one's 10 days away.
I can only tell you what he replied.
He deserves a rest, Freddie. Give him a break.
I pressed him.
Mate, a break. He got from October to March to have a break.
Kenny, I pressed him and I said, there's a lot of mail about Matt Burton coming in on your bench. He came back to me, said, I'll be watching the footy closely on the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, with Burton, the problem he's got is he doesn't play till 4 o'clock Sunday. I think the team will be picked before 4 o'clock Sunday, so he's up against the West Tigers.
Yeah.
But I think he'd be an outstanding inclusion on the bench. He can play 5. What are you laughing at?
I just love this game, honestly. Nothing to do.
What's so amusing about it now?
He's coaches 3 games a year and he's on a day off.
You're still thinking about that?
Maybe just to talk to Buzz.
Maybe he just brushed you.
I'd be going up to Coruscant.
Freddie never brushes me. Always picks up.
Why would you pick a team at 4 o'clock if you want to wait and see what this guy's going to do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think half the team will be in camp in Coogee
defeats the
waiting
purpose.
for... Yeah.
I don't think that matters if they're playing at 4 o'clock.
I like the idea of Coruscant.
Yeah, I like Coruscant.
I think it's a counterpunch to Hunt and Grant. You got Coruscant and Cook. Coruscant starts the game even. You got Cook coming off the bench having an impact, or vice versa. They need punch. They need spark off the bench, which they didn't have in that game one. I think that would be a good option. I don't know if that's the way they're going to go, but I don't know if Hines is quite ready for that 14 jersey in Origin. He will be one day. Burton would be a really good option, but I don't know if
Burton can play 5'8" centre.
I know
his last off-season at Penrith, they trained him on the edge all off-season, thinking he'd be a running edge forward.
It's a hard game.
He could easily play, Buzz. He'd be great for New South Wales. I just like the other idea better.
Yeah, thanks.
What do you think? You've been quiet. Can you got any ideas?
I'm happy to listen to you blokes.
You're still giggling.
Unbelievable.
I'm thinking about having a day off.
You need one. Rabbitohs coach Jason Demetriou has defended the club's approach with Latrell Mitchell, insisting the superstar fullback is simply not ready for a Blues call-up in Perth.
You know, still getting through his COVID protocols, blowing a bit after not doing very much, but yeah, he's into his rehab as was planned. You know, the timing in his rehab protocol, or the work we wanted to do in his rehab, he hasn't been able to do, so it's pushed it back a week or two, but it is what it is. It's no different at every club at the moment in terms of COVID. I'm not going to discuss my conversations with Latrell. Latrell knows where he's at, I know where he's at, and we'll leave it at that. It's not about whether he's playing Origin or he's playing for us. It's about whether he's fit to play rugby league at NRL level, let alone Origin level, and he's not. If he had a broken arm and it was 6 weeks, we wouldn't be asking these questions at 5 weeks. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's going through his injury recovery. Nothing's changed from us. We hope to get him back and fine and fit and ready for Origin 3 if they need him. I think it's a bit unfair on Latrell. You know, he's a guy who's gone through nearly 10 weeks of rehab. He battled at the start of the season with a knee, and that led to a hamstring injury. And that's where it's at. You know, it's not on Latrell that they lost Origin 1. It's not on Latrell to get back any sooner than he's capable of playing. You know, it's not fair to put him out there and he's not able to do the job that he knows he can do. You know, just to be clear, man, I would love for Latrell to play Origin. We all would, and Latrell would love to play, but unfortunately the timing isn't quite right. He'll get himself ready to go over the next couple of weeks, play against Parramatta, and if all goes well, he'll be ready for Origin 3.
Yeah, I think it's time to let this one go. I think he's not going to be playing in Origin, and that's quite clear from his coach at South. And you know, I don't think New South Wales are going to pick him. So I think it's time that we put the line through Latrell, and you know, he tries to get ready for game 3.
I agree. I know there's argument around, if he was a Queenslander, they'd pick him. I don't think they would. No. He's not ready. He's not physically ready. No. And people, as the counter to that argument, bring up players. If it was GI, they would have picked him. They're different athletes. They are different athletes, and the fact is, Latrell is just not ready to play. Okay, whether it's for South this weekend or Origin, he's just not ready. DEMETRIU, there's no ducks and drakes with him. He's totally up front. This is where he's at in his recovery. This is where his fitness levels are at. He struggled on Monday at training. He's had COVID after all this. He's still recovering from that, and that affects everybody differently. The fact that he was struggling to get through Monday's session shows that COVID has affected him to some degree. You're right, Bray. It's time to say, you know what, he's not going to be there.
We should be wrapping the South high-performance team for the way they've managed this situation. Latrell has played 4 games of football since the Joey Manu knockout last year in the finals, and he hasn't played for 10 weeks, and it's with a hamstring injury. They've done the right thing.
It would be irresponsible to pick him in Origin right now. Completely irresponsible.
Hamstrings under, as everybody knows, under stress, that's when they go. And put him in an Origin environment first run, at his first trot, that's going to bring extra loading through that muscle. Let it go, bro. Let it go.
I agree. That's what I said.